to start talking about root cause analysis a little bit more specifically now. When I say root cause analysis, what we're really talking about doing here is helping improve performance by eliminating problems permanently. So I'm going to tell you a little story just to kind of illustrate what I mean about eliminating problems, eliminating the root cause of problems permanently. Essentially what we're talking about here is how do we go from being good to being great. Personally feeling good during the day, to feeling great, having days go good versus having the days go great. I'll tell you a real quick personal story. When I was in high school, I used to get headaches. I mean, it seemed like I'd go into class, I'd get headaches periodically, I'd go home, I'd take an aspirin, literally I'd take a nap for an hour and a half, 2 hours to get rid of these headaches. And I went to college, and I still got headaches at the time. I got headaches for a lot of different reasons in college, but I still got a lot of headaches in college. And I got these headaches, and again, I had to take a little aspirin, maybe take a little bit of a nap. And then I went into the working world, got more headaches, got married, got more headaches. That didn't come out right, sorry. But I started to get headaches. It was like 4 or 5, 6 times a week. And my wife said, why do you get headaches so often? I said, well, there's a lot of reasons. I get headaches because of light and noise and smoke and political ads and pro sports teams who win about 1 game a month. I mean, a lot of things give me headaches. But I was getting all these headaches. And she said, that's just crazy. And then she said those 7 words that every guy hates to hear. You need to go see a doctor. She said that, so I got into my guy position. I got in my guy position like this, and I said, I am not going to see a doctor. Okay? I laid out the law, and I'm not going to see a doctor. So she comes back to me, Ed, you need to go see a doctor. So I got into my guy position again. I am not going to see a doctor. So my wife changed her tactics a little bit. Essentially what you did is this little thing where you kind of bend your arm and you put your hand on the hip a little bit, and you kind of raise your finger up and kind of lean forward. So you didn't do the neck thing. I can't do that. At least you didn't do that for me. But you kind of leaned forward and she said, Ed, you're going to see a doctor. So I got back into my guy position and I said, I'm a guy. And I've decided I am going to see a doctor. So my wife got me the name of a headache doctor, and she set me up with this headache doctor to go in for an appointment. It was actually the most fun doctor's appointment I ever had. Because I don't know if any of you all have seen a headache doctor, but they ask you all these questions, they do all these tests. They ask you questions about when you get the headaches, what part of your head, and how frequently, and they can do these tests. And it was like palm up, palm down, touch nose, touch nose. I thought I was doing the Macarena, I have to get in there. But she was asking me all these questions because she was trying to figure out what kind of headache I had. What's causing all these headaches? And she said, now, Ed, tell me what happens when you get a headache. And I said, well, I just take an aspirin and it goes away. And, the next day I'll get another headache. I'll take an aspirin, it goes away. She says, how many headaches do you get a week? And I said, easily 4, 5, 6 headaches a week. And she said, well, Ed, I have to tell you something. You have migraine. And I said, I don't have migraines. I know what migraines are. I don't have migraines. She said, you have migraine. Well, what's happening is when you get that headache at the start of the week, you think you're going to end up getting 4, 5, or 6 headaches a week. You don't have 4, 5, or 6 headaches a week. You have 1 headache, and it lasts all week long. And what you're doing is every time you take that aspirin, you're just masking the symptoms. You're depressing the pain a little bit in your head, and then the next day the pain comes back, and you're putting in some aspirin, and you're suppressing the pain again. And all you're doing is you're hiding the symptom of a problem. You're never actually addressing the migraine itself. So what she said is immediately stop taking the aspirin, she put me on some other medication, and over time, she slowly weaned me off of the medicine. And I used to think I felt good. I go through a day and I feel good, and if I felt bad because I had a headache, I take some aspirin and I feel better. But today I feel great. I mean, maybe 3 to 4 times a month at the most I get a headache, and it's so minor, and I know what's happening when I get it, and I know how to take care of it. But it was one of those situations where, from her perspective, I was never finding and dealing with the root cause of the problem. All I was doing was treating the symptom. And what was happening is I was dealing with the same headache day after day after day. And that's the idea of performance improvement. If you find these frustrations that we talked about, if you hear complaints over and over again, if you have to deal with issues over and over again, that's like dealing with a headache day after day after day. And maybe in your typical day, you think, I had a good day. Or, I feel good about coming to work. But at some point, you want to feel great about coming to work. You want to feel great about your day. One of the ways to go from feeling good to feeling great is to get rid of all these little issues, all these little complaints, all these things that are causing you problems. So we're going to talk about how do you eliminate the root cause of problems that are causing these personal headaches for you all on the job.